Are you still single, over dating, resigned to ever finding your person, and not even sure if they're even out there? 99% of people are still single because they don't know these 4 secrets to attracting the love of their life. Hi, I'm Amy Elizabeth, and I'm your energy evolution mentor, and I'm here to make spirituality simple. I'm making this video today because I keep hearing people frustrated, sad, depressed, and completely over dating, and not really even interested in meeting people anymore, and quite frankly, judging everyone who comes into their life because they don't think that they're of par. And in order for you to attract the one, you have to be the one. So do you think if you're judging everybody who comes into your life or in your community, that's gonna help you be in a relationship? I don't think so. I'm about to share with you these 4 powerful secrets to attracting the love of your life. Number 1, know your deal breakers. It is vital for you to be able to say no. A deal breaker is understanding that in your conviction, you know who you are, what you want, and what you don't want. And so in the what you don't want, you get to say no. So as soon as somebody comes into your life, whether it's someone you're dating or it's somebody you're in any kind of relationship with, and they are being some kind of way that doesn't align with you, you've got to say no. Because otherwise, you're basically telling the universe that you are a doormat and that you're going to say yes to absolutely anything that comes your way. And do you know why in the United States, the Census Bureau has taken a poll and 47% of people in the United States are divorced? It's because they settled. They didn't believe that they could have a partner of their dreams. Why? Because they weren't living in their dreams. And so it is so important for you to understand who you are, what you want, and what you want in another person. And how you get to understand that is knowing what you don't want. So back to the deal breakers. What are the things that you will no longer take in your life? Like maybe it is something, maybe it's vain, maybe it's something about their teeth or their smile, maybe it's something about their body type, maybe it's something about the way that they eat, the kind of food that they eat. Who gives a shit? But if it's what you desire, make sure you don't retract from that. So it might sound silly, but it's really important that you understand all of the different things that you will not accept in your life anymore. Maybe it's the way that they talk to you. Maybe it's the tone. Maybe it's the words that they use. Maybe it's their level of positivity or negativity. Maybe it's the kind of work that they do out in the world. Make sure you know your deal breakers. Number 2, know your boundaries. Now that you know your deal breakers and what you don't want, you get to put in place your boundaries. And so this is one of the most important places to utilize your no. So when somebody comes into your life and they say, would you like to go to dinner? And they can't quite figure out where it is that they want to go or you want to go, and they're wavering back and forth and they don't have the confidence. And your deal breaker is, I want a confident person and I don't want to be leading in this relationship. So your boundary would be, you decide. I don't want to decide. Or you pick me up, or you surprise me. And that would be a boundary for you. That'd be a way that you would communicate that. And if they say, well, you decide. I don't care. I'm easy. And you can say, no, I've clearly communicated I want you to decide. That's not bitchy. That's not difficult. That's being honest, open, and truthful, and standing in your conviction of what you want. And you know what you want because you also know what you don't want, right? And so another boundary might be that they've done something that's against your integrity. And when they have, whether it's to you or in their life, you speak to that thing and you create boundaries of what's okay with you and what's not okay with you. So this is different than deal breakers. Right? Boundaries are a set of guidelines that you get to put in place that they can't cross. And that's really important to understand. And this goes again with anybody in your life. Number 3, compromises. Do you know what you're willing to compromise on? So now that you know your deal breakers, so you know what you don't want, so that you know what you do want, and you can put in place the boundaries, what are you willing to compromise on? What are the things where you're like, this really doesn't bother me so much. I'm okay with this. Create a whole list and make sure that you don't just decide, oh, I'll compromise on that because I like this person so much. That's not what we're doing. You create clarity prior to dating. And once you've created clarity prior to dating the person or going out or spending more time, then you can use that as a reference point. Once you're in the relationship, and maybe you're watching this and you're actually in a relationship and you're like, okay, I want this relationship to be way higher vibe. I want it to be better. And so what are you willing to compromise on so that you can grow together? You can evolve together. You can put the work into the relationship together. But the compromise looks like 50-50 or 100-100. It doesn't look like 75-25, because then that's, maybe one of your deal breakers, or maybe it's, it's a boundary, right? So make sure you understand what you're willing to compromise on before you get into the relationship. And number 4, and I think that this is the most important one. So frequently, I hear people talk about how they want it and they want it now. So listen up, because this is really, really important. Dating, relationships, being in partnership is a journey. It's not about the destination. When we think destination points, we're in control. We're trying to maneuver, push, and flow in a certain direction rather than just let life lead us and be in flow with the other person. And it doesn't allow us to compromise. Why? Because we're dominating, we're controlling, and we're not allowing ourselves to just be in life and enjoyment. And if we're not allowing ourselves to just be in flow in life, then chances are there's no chance you can be the one to attract the one. When you're not enjoying life and you're not in flow and you're not being present on your journey and just knowing that every day is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to learn, for you to meet new people, for you to develop yourself, then if you're not aware of that, then you're not going to attract the person who also is able to flow and be in joy and be positive and be an energetic high vibe and willing to evolve and grow alongside you. And so this is vital for you to start living that way in order for you to attract the one. Because otherwise, if everything's a destination point and you're like on a train and just looking at the end point the whole entire time, then what the fuck are you doing alive? So if you're just going through the motions of life, like you're riding on a train and watching all the train stops until you get to the very end stop, then you're not really engaged, you're not participating, and you're definitely not going to have a happy, peaceful, joyful, engaged relationship. And so you're just another one of the statistics in the percentage that the Census Bureau took about divorce, because you're settling to life rather than really fully engaged in yourself and in who you are and in what you want and what you know you deserve. Conviction, confidence, knowing, and wisdom, having experiential knowledge by actually being engaged in the journey of life, will literally attract not just the love of your life, but the life of your life. And this is what we're here for. So the 4 secrets to attracting the love of your life and the life of your life is knowing your deal breakers, knowing what you don't want. Because knowing what you don't want, chances are you'll understand and you'll fall into what you do want. And what you do want, you get to create boundaries around so that you keep yourself in that forward motion. And it's almost like a guide. It's like a Sherpa on the path. Those boundaries keep you in flow towards and in the direction of what you're seeking. And the 3rd, practice compromising. Compromise with your friends and with your family if you're not in a relationship. If you're practicing dating and you're in relationship, then start compromising and practice what it's like to let go of the reins a little bit and give somebody an availability to meet you halfway. Learn what it is to put in 50% so somebody else can put in 50%. And then put in 75% and ask the other person to put in 75%. Put in 100% and ask the other person to put in 100%. And learn what it's like to be in that engaged union together. And the fourth and the most important is this is a journey. Dating is a journey. Being in relationship is a journey. It is one of the most powerful things that we can possibly do. Why? Because this person is your mirror. You're choosing this person to spiritually evolve with, to grow with. You know, the sages of the ages talk about your person is who you get to become enlightened with. They grind out all the karmas and all the samskaras and all the challenges and all the densities so that you can become in your highest vibration and the best possible version of yourself. And you get to do that with the person who you love the most. But you've got to be that person. You have to love yourself in that way. And these are the ways to do it. Living engaged in life, living in flow, attracting the love of your life. And as you do that, you get to live the life of your life. I'm so grateful that you watched the end of this video. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends and your family. If this was helpful, post in the comments below, what would you like to hear? What would you like to learn about? I would love to serve this community. We are growing and evolving together. Remember, live in awe and make life awesome. Until next time.